Welcome back, guys, to another Snowbike how-to episode. Today we're covering deep snow riding techniques for the beginner. Now here, we're just on the side of a trail. Common thing, you see this beautiful powder field in the trees, untouched, but it can be intimidating unless you have the proper snowbike techniques to go through it without getting stuck. Now we're all gonna get stuck every now and then, but hopefully I can help you mitigate that with a few easy techniques. We're talking about deep snow, right? So I'm gonna have to prove that we're actually riding in deep snow. Here we go. Oh, that's right, waist deep pow. So we're gonna get stuck. We're gonna talk about how to not get stuck. We're gonna talk about line choice, how to take off in this deep snow, and where to stop is a very important one. So follow along, and hopefully this helps. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do when coming off the trail into this crazy deep snow is go downhill. It's the best way, downhill or side hill, but give yourself the best chance so you don't get stuck. Don't see this big face that you're gonna think, I might make it. Get into the snow and all of a sudden, wow, it snowed 4 feet last night. I didn't expect that. So giving yourself line choice to better your opportunity or better your chances of not getting stuck is what's gonna help you. So we're entering here, gonna go downhill, couple turns, maybe back onto the trail. First step, testing the snow. And then from there, you work on a little bit harder and harder lines. Woo! Man, that is fun. Wow, is that fun? Nothing better than a deep snow day. Line choice is going to become very important when this happens. If you've noticed, I've parked myself on a downhill. This gives me the best chance that I could have to get going again without getting stuck. Time and time again, you see people stopping on uphills, on little knolls, or where they fall over, which, I mean, sometimes it happens. But if you can make a habit out of pre-planning your route, this is going to make your days much more enjoyable. So when we're route finding and picking line choice, we got to look farther than our front fender. We're going to have to look through the trees, look at the terrain. If you look this way, the terrain's got a nice, slow, flat spot that I know if I go anywhere in there, I'll be able to turn side hill out and make it back to the trail and make it back to where I need to go. So you're looking at the treetops, you're looking at what you can see in the snow, and you're planning where you're going to go. This includes where you're going to stop, where you're going to take off, and where you're going to go have some fun. All right, so we've come to a stop. We've tested the snow. Now we got to get back going again. There's a few different tips or a few different ways you can get going, but in the deep snow, the best way is to be aggressive. I don't necessarily mean popping the clutch and pinning it, but letting it out very aggressive and fast with a lot of throttle and keeping that track speed up. When it comes to snow bikes and snowmobiles, the tracks aren't like a wheel. It doesn't need to have traction to go. It needs to spin, it needs to clear snow, pack snow as it's moving. So thinking of this theory, you need to get that track spinning and then it gets you out of the hole. Now when you get the track spinning, remember we're spinning not like a wheel and hooking up with traction. You're not gonna wheelie over backwards. This is a common thing. People don't wanna pop the clutch with all that throttle because they just do that instant flashback to that one time they whiskeyed their dirt bike, looped it out, broke the rear fender, bad memories. But these snow bikes, as you can see, are very long. You are not gonna loop it out. So better your chances of taking off by being aggressive and try and pull that wheelie. I challenge you. Now when you're starting in snow, when you're taking off, there's two different gears, I guess, that you could use, first or second. There is no Bible answer. There's no one way. Each bike is a little different, each person is a little different, but things to know. If you're gonna take off in second, you're gonna have to be more aggressive. And you're gonna have to carry more speed on your way out. First gear tends to be a little bit easier, but you're also gonna lose a bit of speed. So it's kind of a fine balance between the gear ratios that you've set up on your bike. Some bikes are geared higher and they just can't pull second. And then also your riding ability. If you can't ride second gear and carry that momentum and you need first gear, that's okay. But just know that and run first gear on your starts as well. So take a few, find a flat field, take a little bit, try both. I personally like to start in second whenever I can. Some days, it's pretty deep today, first gear gets a little bit better. So it's just a little bit of trial and error. But there's my tips on first or second gear and taking off.
I'm rolling.
Next on the roster, we've gone down, we've stopped, we've got off the trail, got into the deep. Let's talk about going up. We want to go play on that steeper slope way at the top, but we have this mellower slope to get up. Now, if I try to go straight up that, I know I'm gonna trench in. So there's a few different options. You go straight up it, you trench in. You go straight up it and you turn around and then you take another poke. Or the best way to do it, or the best way to get anywhere on a snow bike, is you start looking at the whole slope, not just straight up this gut. So we're gonna zigzag our way all the way up there with the goal in mind of never getting stuck. So it's all about checking that ego at the door, don't bite off too much, and just zigzag your way up. If you get to the dead end, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a downturn, not an upturn, but a downturn as tight as possible. Take the speed out of that downturn, and then start sidewalking up again. All of a sudden you were here, did your turn, and now you're above that mark and you're gaining altitude. Downturn, downturn, downturn. And you can work your way up of many very big slopes with this technique. Excuse my squinting, that sun's bright. So when we're looking at this hill, I'm gonna put my helmet on, give you guys a demonstration, but what I'm gonna be looking at is some of these old tracks. I'm gonna gain speed up those, kind of come up this gut in a side hill, and work my way over into that field. Now I don't have a plan whether I'm gonna go above the group of trees or below. That kind of is just play it by ear. So I'm gonna go, and if I got enough speed to get up above those trees, I will. If not, I'll check my ego and I'll go below them. Make it as far over as I can, make that turnaround, and start side hilling up again. So follow me as I demonstrate this loop-de-loopy side hill up the hill on a snow bike. Let's talk a bit about getting on your bike. We all get off our bikes, we socialize, have some lunch. This is a very easy spot to get on the bike. I'll run through a harder spot later, but you're gonna have to learn to climb these things like a ladder. Right now, if I just step on it, it's gonna tip to me. Let me show you. You step up, it tips over, very common. What we're gonna wanna do, get it back to where it's sitting, push it even farther than you want to go, stand on it, and then you can counter it back over. So it's just a bit of a finesse balance. Rushing, trying to go faster than needed, and trying to just get up there never helps. Take your time, slowly balance it, and make the big climb back up onto the pony. We're down!
We got one down!
We're down! Oh my god, I'm stuck.
I think everybody's stuck today.
We just had a wicked pow sesh, just surfing the pow, and you find yourself in this situation. We call this getting tipped down, when you fall downhill from your bike. Now, time and time again, I've seen people try and pick their bike up. Hey buddies, come over, help me pick it up. I'm gonna show you a simple technique to let you flip the bike over by yourself, get yourself unstuck, and then climb back up onto that steed and get out of here. First, you gotta use your bike as a ladder and get to the top side of the bike. All right, right now, if I came and grabbed this ski, I'll give you an example. As I start lifting, it's gonna start tipping downhill, which we don't want, because right now it's already sideways across the hill. So what I'm gonna do is come over to my track. I'm gonna pack myself something to stand on and grab from the middle or the front portion of my track underneath and flip the bike from here. The front end's diving down, so I'm gonna go even farther back because I want the back end to flip. There we go. Now she's back level. We're gonna flip it up. And then settle it in so that it's nice and stable for you. And you get back on the bike, fire it up and ride away.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Let's say that your bike stayed upright, ready to go, and you are in this position. This is a dreaded position for most snow bikers. I'm gonna show you how to climb your bike. I'll clear out a bit of snow. I'm gonna get myself nice and close to the bike. Oh. Now, your foot peg's way up here. It's kind of hard to get a foot up there and climb. But you have a track right here. You have an A-arm right there, and then your foot peg. So like, if you use it as a ladder system, you can get up. Now, one thing is making sure your bike's pushed into the hill. So when you step on this, it doesn't tip over and fall. So you really need to push it uphill. Then I'll just pack myself a little bit of a step here. I'm gonna use a foot peg on this one. Then onto the track. And then up there. So everything changes, but if you can stand on the track, stand on your tunnel, maybe getting around from the back is easier. But tipping that bike into the hill and slowly climbing up. From here, you can do your kickstart, you can do anything. There's your steps for getting back on the bike. Let's go ride now. There you have it. Little tips and techniques, beginner intro to power riding. We had some deep snow today, so we really got to mess around with these techniques, back to the basics. These are all things that you should take into the backcountry, put in your tool bag. Hopefully it helps you. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more, what you want to see, anything specific, and I will do my best to highlight that in my next video. This is How To Snowbike Series from Cody Matechuk. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and see you on the mountain. Woo!